Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. Yes, can y'all believe it? It's already Friday. You know what Friday is? Friday is my day, and I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. Come on inside of the room. It is a big day today. Lots of stuff going on today, and hopefully you're able to participate in all the different pockets with Deneen Merriweather and all the different spaces that I occupy. I want to first come letting you know that today our topic is about time will tell. Time will tell, and there's so many things that time will tell. Hey, Missy, what's going on? I'm so happy that you are here. Thank you so much for coming. All right, Kim, I see you in the place. Hopefully you ready because you know we got meets and greets and all these other things, chat and choose coming up a little bit later inside of the community. So listen, you guys, first, before we get into this conversation about time will tell, because there's so many things that time will tell. If you want to, go ahead and just drop in the chat. What do you believe time will tell? What does time tell? Hey, Sissy, how you doing? There was someone in the Facebook group that hasn't given StreamYard permission yet for me to see you, but I see you down in the Facebook group, Career to Calling with Deneen Merriweather. Yes, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So first, I want to go ahead and drop this link because I'm in here working it by myself today. So I want to first invite you to a day of silence, right? It's free. It doesn't cost anything but time. And it's going down on August the 28th, Sunday, August the 28th. What we'll be doing that day is observing quiet time for God to speak to us, for us to listen to what it is that He's communicating, some things that He may have already said, that because we're so busy and we're in the hustle and bustle of life, we're missing it. We're missing it because we're not quiet. So I want to go ahead and give you an opportunity to register for that. Go ahead, click it, download the workbook, be ready, get all the things. Okay, somebody said everything. Okay, I don't know what everything is. But anyway, time will tell. Time will tell. Oh, time will tell everything. I got it, Facebook user. Okay, and then LaShawn said, time will tell how God will move. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. All right, so you guys kind of got an idea on what this conversation is about. Let me go ahead and introduce myself for those who may be tuning in for the first time. My name is Deneen Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneurs Jumpstart Program. It's the #1 training environment for women in the world looking to leverage their knowledge, ignite their passion, and build a highly profitable business. And how can you do this? How do we do this? By building your courage, confidence, and competence so you can accept, believe, and commit to what it is that God has called you to do. Okay, so here's what I want you to drop in the chat. Drop in the chat. Time will tell. Time will tell. Time will tell. Okay, so listen. Time will tell. Time will tell if what I'm sowing, I will reap a harvest. For sure. Time will definitely tell what you're gonna put in based on the work that you get that you're putting in. And that's kind of what I it's kind of hinting around what I want to talk about today, but it's four different things that I want to tell you. Time will tell. Time will tell. Yes, put it in the chat. Time will tell. Time will tell. Okay, so the first thing that I want to let you know that time will tell. Time will definitely tell what you believe. Put it in the chat. What I believe, put it in the chat. What I believe. And the reason why I say that is because you know how our last conversation was about why can't I get it together? And remember how I told you we lie a lot, right? We do a lot of talking. We talk about the things that we're going to do and we want to achieve and everything, but our tongue and our mouth don't our tongue and our mouth don't always line up with the tongue and our shoe, right? The tongue and our mouth don't always line up with the tongue and our shoe, meaning that we could talk a good talk, but we ain't always walking a good walk. And the reason why that happens is because based on what we believe, what I believe. Yep, put it in the chat, what I believe. And the reason why this is so important is because your belief system triggers so many different things, right? Your belief triggers your actions. It triggers what you're thinking. It triggers the different connections you will make. It triggers the risk that you're willing to take, right? Because if you believed that if you jumped out this airplane that the parachute wasn't going to open and that you was going to die, would you jump out the plane? No, you probably wouldn't, right? If you don't believe that God is a keeper and He'll never leave you or forsake you, would you take any risk? Would you jump? Would you do anything? No. If you did not believe that you were able to figure it out, hashtag I can figure it out, hashtag I can figure it out. If you don't believe that, would you take the action? right? So that's one of the things definitely that time will tell. Time will tell what it is that you believe. The next thing time will tell is what I'm thinking. Time will tell what I'm thinking. The time will tell what I'm thinking. So here is where all the strategies and the components come in business and ministries and risk and things that you want to take. Is if you actually believe something and time, you have time on your side, right? You are working towards a particular goal, because that's what it's really all about. Is us actually walking out what we believe God has called us to do. And if you actually believe in what it is that he's told you, then you'll be thinking about how to execute. Hashtag, remember I said I'm an executor, put it in the chat. Only if you're an executor, though. Don't put it in the chat if you ain't executing nothing. You won't bust a grape. You won't jump out there. You don't do nothing that you're uncomfortable with. Don't put it in there because you're not an executor. Because see, executors execute even when they don't have everything figured out. Executors execute even when they're not comfortable with all the things. Executors execute even when they're not sure if they're going to win, even if they want to win. Do you get what I'm saying? My sister and I was having a conversation not too long ago, and she was saying that this is something, how she perceives me, how I occur for her, right? And if you guys are not familiar with how you occur for someone, just ask people the different things they believe about you, or how a conversation is with you, how you occur for them, how they actually perceive you as a person. And what she was saying that she believes, or how I occur for her, is that I don't have to have all the pieces. Hashtag, I don't have to have all the pieces, right? Before I take action, I don't need all the pieces. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't plan, and it don't mean that I have certain things laid out. Like, I do have certain things laid out. I do plan, but I don't need all the pieces to take the action. Hashtag, I'm an executor. Hashtag, I'm an executor. And if you are that type of person, right, where you don't have all the answers, you don't really know how it's going to work out, but you do believe that you're going to figure it out. And with the pieces that you already have in your hands, you're willing to go for it. And you just believe, hey, once I utilize these pieces, the other things will fall into place, or additional things will come, right? So if you're executed, then you're executed. But if you waiting for all the pieces to line up, and you overthinking, and you strategizing down to the T, you ain't an executor. And I don't think that you're a procrastinator, but you're definitely not an executor, because you don't procrastinate in all the things. You may procrastinate or move slowly in things that you're unsure of, but that don't make you a procrastinator, because procrastinators don't get nothing done. But if you procrastinate in certain areas, it may just be fear, it may just be uncertainty, but it actually shows what you're thinking about and how you're actually planning to get there, right? So if you actually get that the time that you have right now gives you the belief that you have, right, in order to take or think about the necessary things that you need to think about to get the plan. The third thing would be it actually tells you or exposed to you how you're feeling. Put in there how I'm feeling. Put in there how I'm feeling. Because we think, for some strange reasons, emotions don't play a big part in how we show up in life. But emotions are almost everything, right? Because if you ain't feeling a person, they could probably tell it. If you're not excited about the things that God has aligned for you, the things that you want to try, you're probably not doing it, right? So feelings matter. Feel account. If you don't feel like it's going to make a difference in anybody's life, like in your life or your family, the people that you care about, you're probably not doing it. You're probably not doing it. You probably don't even care to do it. What for? What would the why be? Why would you do it? Why would you waste your time? Why would you give your energy to something that you're not feeling, right? So your feelings, the time will tell how you're feeling. Because again, if you look back 3 months later and you still in the same place you was before, time is telling you ain't really wanting to do what it is that you're saying that you do. And then the final thing is what you're doing. Time will tell what you're doing, right? If you, like I said, if you don't see no results in a couple of months, you probably really don't want to do it, and you probably not feeling it. Because even if you are afraid, like let's think about if you are afraid, like to take a particular position or job. Some of us are nervous when we go into interviews, when we meet people for the first time. But because of the need, because of the why, because of what we believe this will do for us, we walk through the fear of the interview to talk to the person to get the job. Yes, we do. Yes, because we believe, number one, that we can get it, that we can figure it out if we don't know all the skills, that it will be beneficial to us and our families, and we feel it as a need. How many of you are doing things in the world, your contribution, whatever it is, do you feel like it's a need for it? Put it in the chat. I do. If you feel like there's a need for whatever your business is, your ministry, your vocation, how you show up each and every day, is there a need for it? Is there a need for it? Put it in the chat. I do. I do. I need to see. I do. I do. I do. I do. Because if you really do, you would carry yourself in a way where nothing would stop you from sharing it. How many times have you been with a group of people and you never told them what it is that you do? You never told them the things that how you change the world, how you change people's lives, how you actually make a difference for the people that you care about or the people you come in contact with, right? Like right now in one of my masterminds in my core groups and cohorts, or whatever you want to call accountability groups, my goal is that every restroom that I go into, I leave cleaner than when I found it. Do y'all get that? So while I'm traveling on the road and I'm with my kids, the bathroom that I go in, if I see tissue all over the floor and all that stuff, and I'm in the stall, my stall gonna be cleaner than it was from when I got in there. I got the Lysol wipes, I got the toilet seats, I'm wiping down doorknobs, I'm doing all the things. Why? Because my contribution to make a difference, to change the person's life that may be coming behind me, to actually go to a bathroom stall that they're like, oh my God, this is good. I feel comfortable sitting down. I feel comfortable touching stuff. Y'all know how crazy the bathrooms can look at times, right? It make you not even want to go, make you want to hold it to the next exit. But I am committed to leaving the restroom stall better than when I found it. Do you get that? So if there's something that you're doing, that you have, that you offer, the value that you contribute, that you believe that the world needs, are you talking about it? Are you telling people that you come in contact with, or are you afraid? Or you feel like they're going to judge you, or they feel like they're not going to want to hear this from me? But it's something that somebody needs. It's a benefit. How dare you? How dare you not offer them that contribution that you have? You get what I'm saying? So all the people that said I do, the Facebook user that I don't know who, hey, Facebook user, drop your name in the chat so I know who I'm talking to. Okay, Missy said yes. LaShawn said I do. Kimberly said I do. And I sure enough I do. So let me just type in here I do. That's why I get up here. I don't have no fear about what it is that I'm talking about, because I do want you to have it. I do believe people need self-development. I do believe people need to get in alignment with what God has called them to do, because it's the best life for you. And living outside of that may not be as great. Not saying that it can't be good, not saying that you won't have a happy life, not saying that you won't make money. I just believe that if you're in alignment with the will that God has for you and his plan for you, remember the will and the plan is different. If you are in alignment for that, and okay, so this is another thing, y'all. One thing, and then I'm going to stop. So here's another conversation that I was having today in reference to how do we align ourselves with the will of God and what it is that we believe that he has for us. And sometimes we treat God in the relationship that we have with God as if he has given us a checklist and a checkbox, right? He is not that easy to figure out. Say, God ain't easy to figure out. Okay, Lakeisha, hey, welcome. God is not easy to figure out. God don't even want you to figure him out. That's not what it's about. This is about a relationship. So while we're looking for God to tell us what we can and we cannot do, that's not what how he operates, right? There's so many liberties we have in God and in Christ. And so the things that may not be okay for one person may be okay for another person based on what they believe. Hello, come on, y'all. It's all going together. So listen, you may be comfortable doing a particular thing and you may believe that he called you to do a particular thing. That means there's no checklist, perfect checklist or steps that's out there. That's why it's more than one way to skin a cat, right? Because it's going to be based on your skill set, what you understand, what he has illuminated for you. So if you're looking for someone to validate, put in the chat, I don't need validation. Put in the chat, I don't need validation, because you don't. Because once God tells you to move forward with something, that's all it should take. Really, really. I don't need validation. So if you're waiting for someone to validate what it is that God has already told you to do because they've already walked the path or they already have the steps, remember, you're different. And their path may not be your path, but it doesn't mean that you're not the person to do it. So stop looking for God to confirm what it is that you're doing with a checklist or a yes, go this way, yes, go left or right. He ain't coming down here giving those type of instructions, right? Kimberly was talking about this the other day. Like, you waiting for God to come down here and like hold your hand? He not doing that. Just know that you have liberties in Christ. And in order for us to stay checked in to what it is that he has called us to do, we only going to get a certain amount of pieces. You're only going to get a little bit. Why? Because God continuously wants you to check in with him before you making these moves. So it ain't going to be no blueprint. The closest blueprint is step 1, 2, and 3. And follow 1, 2, and 3. And after you do 1, 2, and 3, I promise he will give you some additional steps to take. But if you're looking for the full plan, if you're looking for the layout, if you're looking for steps 1 through 20, you ain't getting it, not from God. Now you can write some stuff down from 1 to 20, and I will tell you, go for it, execute. Because God is also faithful in what he says, because he won't leave you or forsake you. If you are off the path, you know he's going to course correct. You know that he don't have no problem with letting you know, hey, that's a brick wall right there. You might want to do something different. The question is, are you quiet enough to hear the instructions? Are you still enough to hear when and see when he's leading you? Are you paying attention to the signs that he's dropping you? Okay, so I'm gonna put in the chat one more good time. The day of silence, August the 28th. We're gonna give some quiet time to God so he can communicate to us, so we can get in alignment, get our life together, see what time is telling us, see what it is that we believe about time, what we believe about what it is we're doing, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and all the things to align ourselves with what it is that God has called us to do. I hope that this has been helpful for you. It's Friday. It's my day. I'm live at 5, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Look, yes, sissy. Amen. Yes, for sure. You got to get it. Be quiet. Sign up, register. If you haven't registered already, it's free. All it requires is your time. We're going to hop on a Zoom on August the 28th. We're going to talk about the things that you have that you've experienced during your quiet time, how often you want to commit to doing it, even by yourself, right? Until we do it as a group again. But it's something that you definitely should adopt. And I encourage you to do that as well. Being quiet and silent give you clarity, and it helps remove the noise so you can actually come up with a plan. Get the space that you need to try some stuff out, to build up your confidence, your courage, and your competence. Because sometimes you just need to be in somebody's class. Do you get what I'm saying? All right. I love you. I will see you guys who are inside the Southside everywhere. We got a meet and greet coming up at 6:30. If you are curious about Southside everywhere, I want you to search it inside of the Facebook group and come to the page, answer the questions, come in, take a look at what it is that we're doing, how we're serving people. You see, I'm rocking my shirt today because we got a meet and greet, and it's happening at 6:30. I would love for you to be there with us as we assist people with their spiritual growth. All right, always looking forward to serving you. I'll see you guys on Monday at live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. Hey.